Yet he has the physical identification of a woman.
They carving tire skirt, the polo far. I know how you work, I know just who you are. See, use a bitch.
Welcome everyone to Arlington, Texas, at AT&T Stadium, site of this year's Goodyear Cotton Bowl, part, of course, of the college football playoff. We've reached the semifinal stage, one last hurdle to clear before the national championship game. And we'll find out here today which side has the toughness and the depth to keep driving toward that ultimate goal, the chance to raise that gold trophy over their heads. As we'll see the number 5 seed in this playoff, the Purdue Boilermakers, taking on the top-seeded team in the playoff, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined by Kirk Herbstreit. It's been a tremendous college football playoff so far, and it's down to this, the semifinals. Which team will head on to the national championship game? Kickoff team out there. We are about to get cranked up with a semifinal collision. Returner looking to create better field position. To be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. Line getting set up. It's a first down play. Caught behind the line. It's Branch. Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch.
Love to see the short passing game as a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable and allows you to see how the defense is reacting. That can open up for other things later on.
Here comes a handoff. They make the tackle there, but a penalty marker is on the field. Let's see what that's about.
What I always love to see on these offsides call is when they're always pointing at each other. You know, he did it. I didn't do it. Put it on him. We know this time it's on the defense. They're going to make the right call.
First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. First down, looking to throw the ball. Caught in the backfield. It's Branch. Zero running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Boy, they're just fundamentally sound. Right where you want to be after the completion. Nowhere to go after that catch.
Important second down play coming up. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up third down. They come to the line. A long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Looking to throw yet again. He's going to pull it down and run. And he'll run out of bounds after picking up a few yards on the play.
Nice job of this defense taking away the primary receiver, even the second and third option. But the quarterback's legs are the difference. They almost kept him short, but instead, he gets that first down.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. It's a quick grab. They get him down pretty quickly, but it's a solid gain on that short throw.
I think it's important to kind of let your quarterback get into a rhythm early in the game. Sure, you'd love to see the big gains, but plays like this allow the quarterback to get settled into the game, find his rhythm, and then he can make the bigger plays later on.
Grab behind the line. It's Branch. And the runner steps out of bounds, but does have enough yardage to pick up the first down.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
And the Boilermakers are looking to keep this drive going. First down, looking to throw the football. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete.
That's a misfire there, Chris. This passing game has got to be able to get into sync and find a rhythm.
The quarterback now all alone in the backfield. Looking to pass here on second down. The pocket breaking down. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide. The Boilermakers hustle to the line to crank up the tempo. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. They make the first down, brought down to the 31.
Boy, with all this build-up and hype of this playoff game, this defense has got to do a better job at the line of scrimmage. That's another first down. They had their chance there on third down, but they do not want this to become an ongoing trend against this offense. They're just too good.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Oh, it's incomplete. Almost a disastrous play here on the opening drive. It's going to bring up second down. And he's back to throw again after that incompletion on first down. He's a wide-open receiver, complete. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
But it's another completion by this quarterback. Another great gain in a first down, and already over 30 yards through the air. This quarterback is in a zone here to start this game.
That's a design quarterback keeper. Defense makes the stop after a 5-yard gain, so 2nd and 5.
Man, when your quarterback can run the football like this, it puts so much pressure on the defense. The defense coordinator spent all week preparing his unit to be able to stop this offense. But when this quarterback's able to pull it down and pick up yards like that, it's an extra headache for the defense to have to deal with.
Looking right, this one caught. Tackled after the catch, but the ball moves to the 4-yard line. Made the catch, but he was surrounded, Kirk. Not much room to run.
They did a really good job that time of leveraging him out in space. I thought he might have a chance to be able to shake loose because he is so elusive. But defense, as you said, did a really good job in the open field surrounding him. Just nowhere for him to go to pick up any more positive yards.
And they stop him just short. The defense really backed up now. It's 1st and goal.
Oh, the defense. They get this offense to a third down early in the game, a chance to get him off the field. But instead, this quarterback shows you why they've had such a great year with a conversion.
Direct snap to the back. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
And I just love that this defense is not giving up on this 1st and goal. They attacked. They got through. They got penetration. Nice job of being able to keep them out of the end zone.
Launching one to the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone. That's a potential game changer, the pick and the big return.
And just like that, this defense takes advantage of a bad decision by the quarterback, steps in front of it for the interception. Now they've got great field position here early in this game.
They'll try to pick up the yardage on the ground. Brought down after a 7-yard gain, so it's 2nd and 3.
Well, let's give credit to the offensive line here. They went with a run blitz. The offensive line sees it, picks it up, gives them enough room to pick up some solid yards.
Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. The back's got it.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
On first down, why not keep it on the ground?
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Getting set. Here's second down. The shotgun running play call. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior. The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. On third down, he drops to throw. Quarterback finds a target on the right. It's complete. Defense makes the tackle here on the final play of the first quarter. So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. Runner finding some space there. That's a solid gain on the ground.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice solid gain.
Two backs now flanking the quarterback. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Running with purpose. And he's tackled, but only after picking up a first down.
You know, a lot of people feel running backs with elite speed shy away from contact. That wasn't the case there. Instead of running around the defender, this back elected to run right through him.
And the Yellow Jackets begin a new series here, 1st and 10. Give it to the back again. A solid 8-yard gain brings up a 2nd and 2. And now the handoff. Fights through the tackler. There's the tackle, but first down yardage.
It was a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he was able to get downfield for the first down.
Becoming a long drive. The 9th play coming up. Bringing pressure. Quarterback finds an open target on the left side. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion. The Yellow Jackets are in the red zone.
Defenses all around the country have got to do a better job of keeping an eye on these little guys from the slot. They can dismantle a defense with their speed and quickness in the open space.
Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this third down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
On third down, it's a handoff. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Just not a lot of room there on the RPO on third down for the offense. Give the defense a lot of credit. They sat back initially, and then they overcommitted to stop that running game, and it worked out.
The attempt is no good. He missed it. And with that miss, the score remains the same.
Boy, this guy's usually more reliable than this. I thought that was going to be an easy field goal and 3 points, but instead, he misses, so you walk away with nothing.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. That's a solid gain, moves the ball to the 29. Second down after that run on the previous play. Offense looking to throw the ball. They give the running back a touch in the pass game. Catch made over the middle. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Here's a fumble way behind the line of scrimmage.
The offensive staff just took a collective sigh of relief. But I'd still anticipate that someone's going to pull that ball carrier aside, give him a couple choice words on the importance of ball security.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Can't connect over the middle. It's incomplete. Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. And they heave it deep downfield. And that's incomplete. They weren't afraid to let it fly, but it brings up a fourth down.
Chris, they come up with the incompletion, but I like the idea of stretching the defense. It can do so much to help out with your short to intermediate passing game, even affect the running game by making those safeties aware that you're willing to take a shot downfield.
The coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. And here comes the Georgia Tech offense back out on the field. No doubt the last drive was deflating. They had to settle for a field goal attempt, but missed it. The freshman is brought down after a really solid run there.
How about the offensive line here? Just a hat on a hat, opening up just enough room for the back to squeeze through there for a nice gain.
That solid run, good for first down yardage. And the wideout goes in motion. A pop pass on the jet sweep. There's a loss after the completion. That's a good play by the defense.
Chris, I always talk about this. You can always gauge a team's toughness as a group by how willing they are to tackle with their corners. Here, the corner shows you he's not just out there to cover, does a good job of being physical and making that play.
Now it's second down here. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Running back grabs it on a screen. And the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion.
A lot of times this can be a tough play to defend because you're so concerned with getting pressure on the quarterback. But here the defense does a good job of coming off of coverage and chasing down the receiver.
Now the offense facing a third and long from their own 41. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Looking to scramble. On the move here, trying to hit a deep shot. And it's intercepted as he threw it back across his body that time. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
I love this quarterback's athletic ability and the way he can create and improvise. Unfortunately here, he just didn't locate the defender, and he throws the interception.
Here comes Purdue's offense back out on the field. The last drive, they came up empty, had to kick it away. Can they come up with something here? And that pass is hauled in over the middle. And look at the speed there. They finally bring him down, but it's a nice gain. And the Boilermakers will come to the line to crank up the tempo. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. And looking for a big play here. Receiver left alone down there for a huge gain.
Boy, the tight end here just gets lost in coverage. Quarterback does a good job of kind of working through his progressions. He sees that tight end, his eyes light up, makes a great throw and a big gain for this offense.
Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. Nobody open downfield. He just throws it away. So after the incompletion, it's second down. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Receiver makes the grab into the end zone. Touchdown, Purdue.
Oh, just outstanding execution here by this offense. The offensive line gives the quarterback time, and the quarterback's anticipation was on point. puts that ball right in the money. The receiver, all he had to do was turn and catch the ball for that touchdown.
So after the touchdown, here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. Here comes the Georgia Tech offense back out on the field. Well, it's been an entertaining first half. Not much time remaining to cut into this lead. Quarterback delivers complete to the right side. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion. The timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime. The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. They're going to run the option. He'll toss it to the back. And he'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a first down.
And that's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. Don't forget, good blocking up front by the big fellas. And this running back, he just seems to have a nose for that first down marker. A few more runs like this, and he's going to be getting into a rhythm for sure.
And that run, good for first down yardage. The drive moves on. They'll run the option. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. Minute's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. And the Boilermakers will kick this away to get the second half going. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. They'll start from the 25. And the Georgia Tech offense is back out there. First play of the second half, they keep it on the ground. Tackle made at the 41. It's a nice gain. They're getting closer to the 50.
Well, this is exactly where you find out what you're made of as a team. When you're trailing coming out of the half, how do you respond? Well, we know how this running back's going to respond. What a statement to get this second half started.
Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. The senior able to make the stop after a short gain. Second down after that run on the previous play. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Solid run, tackled at the 45-yard line. Third down coming up after that running play. He hands it off from the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
And the Yellow Jackets will line up to punt it away. He's on to boot it away now. Hits this one off the side of his foot. And the kick angles out of bounds, so no return possible here. Here comes Purdue's offense back out on the field. This one has been a defensive stalemate. Let's see if the offense can get something going here. And he's brought down out at the 46. Empty set now, 5 wide. They look to throw it here on second down. Grab behind the line, it's Branch. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. First and 10 play coming up. Oh, and a flag before the snap. Looked like the defense jumped into the neutral zone there. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Mistake by the defense makes it first down and 5. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. And the junior able to get home with the sack.
Well, the defensive end's just too athletic for this offensive line. Coming off the edge, quarterback didn't even see him coming. How about that sack for the defense?
The offense will look to regroup here at 2nd and 11. It's a draw to the back. And that's a solid gain before the defense is able to bring him down.
Boy, draws and screens are a great way to counter an effective pass rush. Allow those defensive ends to get upfield and then hand it off at the last second.
Third down after that running play. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. And it's intercepted right near the goal line. And they tackle him right there, but that's a turnover.
Wow, a risky call by the offensive coordinator, playing with the lead in the playoff in the second half, throwing the football. I don't disagree with it, but now you give this defense a chance to create a turnover and then capitalize here with the pick.
And here comes the Georgia Tech offense back out on the field. They were forced to punt it away last time, so let's see if they can get clicking in this possession. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
Chris, the thing that I love about this play is the running back showing great patience and then the vision to find that hole and then accelerate through it for a nice gain.
How aggressive do you get on 1st and 10? Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. Off the play fake on 1st down. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play, brings up 2nd down.
Well, this defense has been lights out all year long. In fact, it's been one of the best pass defenses in the country. Big reason why they're in this playoff, and they're living up to that standard today.
And throwing again on 2nd and 10. Sideline route, but he's out of bounds before the first down marker.
The key here to me, Chris, is the receiver runs a precise route, and the timing is impeccable. Quarterback cannot hesitate, because if he does, it can be pick 6 going the other way.
3rd down play, looking for a fresh set of downs. Quarterback drops back. Oh, the pass is picked off. Look out, he's got some space. Touchdown, Purdue. And the defense adds 6 with an interception return. And they get set now to try the PAT. With the PAT, they take a 14-0 lead. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner opportunity to bring this back. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. Here comes the Georgia Tech offense back out on the field. They have got to bounce back on this possession after throwing a pick 6 last time out here. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Every now and then, we see a really good run. We tend to focus on what other people did in order for that run to happen, what the offensive line did. Maybe the receivers are blocking good on the edge. Sometimes the running back is pretty good, too. And on that play, he picked up a lot of yards and made that happen with good effort.
Again, makes it 2nd and medium. There's some pre-snap movement in the backfield. Gets into space at the 50. Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. Finally goes out of bounds after gobbling up big yardage on that run. They trust the left side of that offensive line and come up with a huge play on the ground.
Yeah, your favorite, Chris, there. The old pin and pull there to the left side. Great blocking on the left side, able to create a great push. Nice crease, and the back found that with the vision and picks up some big yards for that first down.
The Yellow Jackets are looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. It's an option look. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. And the player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. Come up on third down. Solid drive. Defense trying to get off the field here. Ball handed off. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, I don't think the offensive line gave the back much of a chance at all. Now, give credit to the defense. It was almost like they were anticipating a run and got up close to the line of scrimmage in a hurry.
The offense trailing here in the second half. This is a crucial fourth down try. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. And he's brought down. A sack will end this drive. Huge play here by the defense. Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. They'll give it to the running back. And he's wrapped up short of the marker there as the time runs down here in the third quarter. Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Quick throw. That's an RPO caught on the left side. And he's brought down, but they went backwards after the completion. Good work by the defense. So it's 3rd and long from the 29. Defense figures to bring pressure here. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Can't hold on. Good defensive play, brings up a 4th down.
Chris, I just don't know about this call. I like the aggressive approach, but at this point, late in the game, playing with the lead, 3rd down and long, maybe you run the ball. You know, work that clock. Continue to think about the big picture. Now you're facing 4th down and long, and I think you got to punt it away and hope the defense can secure a victory.
This will be fair caught at the 30. And the Georgia Tech offense is back out there. Last time the defense got a big 4th down stop. Let's see what the offense can do this time. Running out of time in the pocket. And it's caught. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
I love what the defense is doing here. Sitting back, giving up some plays underneath, tackling these guys inbounds, and just keep that clock rolling.
Second down play coming up for this offense. They're going to run it. Minimal gain brought down short of the marker. Solid gain on the running play. 3rd down now. They'll change the pre-snap look now. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. He flips it to the back across the middle. They've got it, but that completion good enough for 1st down yardage.
I love to see this team fighting the way they are. Picking up a 1st down on that 3rd down shows you they still believe. They still think they got a shot to come back and compete in this game.
Here comes a first down pass attempt. They don't pick up the blitzers, and it's a sack.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
They'll try to run it with the option. He'll pitch it. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Well, there's that excellent linebacker with a clear path, just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
After consecutive losses, they need a miracle here on 3rd and a mile. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. Look at him run through those tacklers. And they finally stop him down at the 5. Solid gain on that catch and run.
Hey, it's got to start somewhere. That's a nice conversion here on 3rd down. You got a long way to go, but maybe a little momentum here. Let's see what they can do coming off of that nice play.
And the Yellow Jackets pick up enough yardage to keep this drive rolling. They'll try to run it in on 1st and goal. Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing. The red zone has been a real struggle so far for this offense. Now it's 2nd and goal. They'll try the option play here. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
What a great play by the defense here. Getting close to the goal line, not only do they come up with a big stop, but they send them backwards in the process.
And they cut into this lead now on 3rd and goal. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Wow, a 3rd pick tonight by the QB.
Well, this defense has been great the entire football game here. They knew they had a lot of pressure on them in the playoff. They stepped up and played well all game long, and now they get a critical interception here late in this game.
They'll work the clock here with the running game. They get him down, but that's a nice play. Moves the ball to the 33.
Chris, good job here on this stop, but remember, the ball is inbounds, and the clock keeps moving here late in the game, and you're trailing. As a defense, you got to start thinking about utilizing those timeouts. You got all 3 to use. At what point are you going to start putting those into play?
Runs through the defender. Second down after that run on the previous play. Handoff here from the shotgun. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. And that's the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to work the clock, getting closer now to an impressive victory. Big 3rd down play. If they can't get the stop, they have to consider calling a timeout. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. And the ball to the ground. Defense grabs the football. It's a turnover.
Just a critical error here by this offense late in the game, working with the lead. The last thing you want to see is obviously a turnover. But give credit to this defense. They got the ball back to their own offense, and now they got a real shot.
First play of the drive, they come out throwing. It's an out route, the catch made, and heads out of bounds after a decent gain.
Well, if you're not careful as a quarterback, this is the kind of route that defensive back wants to jump and get in front of for an interception and maybe a touchdown going the other way. But this time, the receiver runs it well, brings it in, and then gets out of bounds.
And the sophomore, a little bit too much air into that throw.
Well, they don't make the completion here. The timing seemed to be off between a quarterback and the receiver. But, man, this defensive coordinator, he may want to consider getting more pressure on this quarterback by changing some things up. You've got a lot of time back there to throw the ball, and eventually, it's going to cost you.
Off the incompletion. interception and sets up a 3rd down and 2. Quarterback's got it on the option. The back's got it on the pitch. Spins away from defenders. Tackle made, but it's enough for the 1st down. A well-executed option play. The clock is still running. They got to get set quickly. And looking to throw now on 1st down. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. And it's picked off in the end zone. And that's a solid return after the interception.
Oh, you feel terrible for this quarterback. He's played well all year. He's trying to make a play, trying to force it into coverage because they need points at this point in the game to try to advance into the next round of the playoffs. Puts it into coverage, and that's probably going to do it.
It's a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 coming up. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. It's a shotgun run call. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Trying to create outside the pocket now. The pass ball is incomplete and trying to extend the play, but nobody open. The Boilermakers will bring their punt team on the field now. He boots it away from inside his own end zone. And the returner elects to fair catch it. No return. And here comes the Georgia Tech offense back out on the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the completion made.
Well, 4th quarter down by a couple of scores. This offense doing everything they can to not just score points, but do it in a hurry, trying to preserve the clock. Here, they're tackled in bounds. They don't pick up a 1st down. Good job by this defense to keep that clock moving.
And the quarterback finds the tight end for the completion. The tackle is made, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what that's about. We're set for an exciting finish. Not much time left. Offense likely has one final drive. Looking to throw it on 1st down. Here's a shot toward the end zone. Oh, and it's batted down by the defense. Great play to deny a touchdown.
Boy, this quarterback is living on the edge. Remember, he threw an interception on the last drive. Thought he might learn from that. Instead, he throws the ball right back into coverage. I thought he threw another pick. He better change the way he's playing the game or he's going to cost his team a game.
And the QB will try again on 2nd and 10. And the sophomore making an impact play.
A really good job by this defense. The quarterback looked to be trying to work through his progressions to find his open receiver, but before he knew it, he's on his back.
Defense looking to keep the pressure on. 3rd down coming up. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Incomplete. Just 3 seconds left. Time for one more play.
Well, it looked like the quarterback had everything that he needed there. Had great protection. Receiver ran a nice route. Just not able to convert there on that 3rd down. Let's see what their decision is on 4th down coming up.
So down by multiple possessions here. The offense will try to convert here on 4th down. They'll hand it off. No, he didn't get there. Tackled short of the marker. That is a crushing play as he tries to cut into this lead. Well, that's a great performance in the pressure moment, but now the job gets even more exciting, even bigger as they go on to the national championship game and play for that trophy.
And this is a new era. I mean, think about the weeks, the amount of games that these guys have been able to play, and to be able to accomplish this, to get to the national championship, that says everything about the endurance of this football team, both mentally and physically, and they get one more hurdle to see if they can become the national champs.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.